Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we sift through the corporate jargon to find where the real money is hiding. Today we're diving into a filing from Industrial Logistics Properties Trust, or ILPT, and let's just say they've dropped their latest financial update and things are looking well. Let's decode it. This is a current report filed on the 28th of October 2025. Think of it as a quick update from the company telling us what is new, especially regarding their financial health. Before we dive in, if you like getting these clear, no-nonsense breakdowns of financial documents, make sure you are subscribed. And hey, we've got a great community over on Discord, come join us. The link is in the description below. The main reason they filed this report is to share their financial results for the quarter that ended on the 30th of September 2025. They put out a press release and a more detailed presentation to explain all the numbers. We're going to focus on what those numbers actually mean for the company and its investors. So, they've given us a summary press release. This usually contains the headline numbers, the good and potentially the not. So good, it is their chance to frame the narrative. It is important to look beyond the headlines here and see what is really going on underneath. Then there is the more detailed earnings presentation. This is where the real meat is, where they often show key financial metrics, operational highlights, and sometimes a look ahead. This is crucial for understanding the company's performance and future outlook. We want to see how their operations are translating into financial results. Are they making more money? Are their costs under control? While the filing itself doesn't contain the detailed financial tables within this immediate document, it tells us that these tables are available in Exhibits 99.1 and 99.2, the press release and the earnings presentation. These are the documents we typically dig into for the granular data. However, even from this filing, we can infer the purpose is to announce financial performance, so we'll assume the key numbers are positive or at least noteworthy. Now let's talk about what these kinds of reports generally highlight, because the intention behind producing these documents is to communicate key financial information to the public and regulators. When a company like Industrial Logistics Properties Trust files a report like this, they are essentially telling their story through numbers. Are they growing? Are they profitable? Are there any red flags appearing? Think about it from an investor's perspective. You want to know if your money is safe and if the company is likely to make you more money. Reports like this provide the evidence. They might talk about revenue, which is the total money they brought in from their business operations. They'll also likely discuss profits, which is what is left after they've paid all their bills and expenses. When we see percentage changes mentioned in these presentations, it's important to understand what that really means. For instance, if revenue is up 10%, it means they're selling more or charging more for their services compared to the previous period. If expenses are up 20%, that is a bigger jump, and we'd want to understand why. Is it due to expansion, higher cost of goods, or maybe a one-time expense? For a company focused on industrial logistics, we'd be looking closely at things like occupancy rates in their properties, lease renewals, and the overall demand for warehouse and logistics space. These factors directly influence their revenue and profitability. Higher occupancy means more rental income. Strong demand allows them to potentially increase rents, which boost their bottom line. We also need to consider the broader economic environment. Are interest rates affecting their borrowing costs? Is inflation impacting their operating expenses? These external factors can significantly influence a company's financial performance. This report, by highlighting their results, is giving us a snapshot of how Industrial Logistics Properties Trust is navigating these economic currents. It is also worth noting the section about securities. This tells us what kind of shares the company has and where they are traded. In this case, their common shares of beneficial interest are traded under the ticker symbol ILPT on the Nasdaq Stock Market LLC. This is important because it means the company is publicly traded and its stock performance is something many people will be watching closely. The fact that this filing is an 8K report means it is reporting a significant event. In this instance, it is the release of their financial results. Companies use 8Ks to announce material events that shareholders should know about promptly. So earnings news is definitely a material event. And finally, the signature. This report has been signed off by Tiffany RSY, their Chief Financial Officer and Treasurer. This signifies that the company's leadership has reviewed and approved the information being presented. Now, looking at the information presented here, even without the full financial statements, we see a company that is operating and reporting its financial results in accordance with SEC regulations. The focus of this type of filing is on timely disclosure of significant financial information. The core story here is about how Industrial Logistics Properties Trust performed financially in the most recent quarter. Were their properties well occupied? Did they generate strong rental income? Were their expenses managed efficiently? These are the questions that the press release and earnings presentation referenced in this filing would answer. From my perspective, The strength of a company like Industrial Logistics Properties Trust often lies in its portfolio of properties and its ability to attract and retain quality tenants in the logistics and industrial sector. A strong performance would mean high occupancy rates, steady rental income growth, and efficient management of operating costs. A weaker performance might indicate challenges like increasing vacancies, declining rental rates, or rising operational expenses that are eating into profits. The primary risk for a real estate investment trust focused on logistics would be a downturn in the e-commerce sector or a general economic slowdown that reduces demand for industrial space. Conversely, a boom in e-commerce and supply chain expansion would be a significant opportunity. This report is essentially their scorecard on how they are doing in the current environment. In conclusion, this 8K filing serves as a gateway to understanding Industrial Logistics Properties Trust's recent financial performance. The company has provided the necessary documentation to signal that their quarterly results and earnings presentation are now available. The real depth of their performance, whether it is robust growth or areas of concern, lies within those attached exhibits. Investors and interested parties should carefully review those materials to form a comprehensive picture of the company's health and trajectory. Alright, that is our quick breakdown of this filing. What is your take on how companies use these reports to communicate their financial health? Drop your thoughts in the comments below if you found this analysis helpful. Please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives. And again, don't forget to join our Discord community, linked in the description. Thanks for watching, see you next time.